How's everyone doing? Thanks for joining me on my small engine repair channel. Today's project is this little MTD push mower. It's got the 3.5 horsepower Briggs Classic engine on it, and I just took it in for free. A guy picked up another one of my mowers and he dropped this one off, and obviously it has some issues. Let's see if it's worth fixing and see if we can get it back out there cutting grass. Alright, so first thing I'm going to try and do is get this handle back up. I see it's already missing the brake bar, safety bar, and the cable, but okay, so I can't pull it. Normally, even with the brake engaged, you should be able to pull it a little bit. I can see here already that somebody's jimmy rigged this up. I don't know what they got going on here, so I've loosened this already. And here is the assembly, and there's something going on here. This spring is supposed to be going over to here and holding this like that. So let's see what I got going on. So I'm going to try and hook this back up the way it's supposed to be to start with. Okay, so I got the spring back on where it's supposed to go, and then I actually zip tied, because there is no brake cable to release the brake. So I zip tied the brake open, so now I should be able to pull the engine over, and it's still stuck. So I wonder if the engine's seized. So what I'm going to do is just take off the this little handle holder, because normally there's a little slot, but somebody has removed the slot, so I got to take this whole handle guide or holder off. So, I'm not going to worry about the handle too much. Right now it seems like the biggest issue is the engine's not turning over. So, I removed the spark plug wire here. I'm going to tilt this up. And normally, I tilt it with the carburetor side up. And alright, looks like something is jammed, preventing it from going any further this way. I just heard a bang, crack. So there's definitely some noise there that sounds. Yeah, that does not sound good. Alright. Sounds possibly it sounds terminal to me, but what I'm going to do is take this cover off and see if I can spin it from the top. Alright, so I fiddled a little bit more with it, and it spins freely now, but as you can see, it spins too free. There's zero compression right now. So this engine is definitely going to be terminal. Yeah, it should not spin just like that. So there's definitely a blown engine on this one, guys. So not going to be able to save this engine. Obviously somebody's already been in here messing around with stuff too, because look how loose the carburetor is and the fuel tank. So unfortunately you can't save them all. I do have this donor engine that I might continue on with here. It's a Briggs Classic as well, actually in a little better shape. I was saving it kind of for a slightly better project, but you know what, it's the end of the year. I just need to get rid of some stuff, so I think I'm going to swap out this engine for this engine. I know this one runs good, so I guess we'll keep going with this project and see how far we can get it. It's going to be a little bit more than I would normally do for a $60 or $80 lawnmower, but right now it's kind of in a slow season with being late summer, so I'm just trying to keep myself busy here. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is take off this blade. Alright, so the blade, yeah, it's trash too. Look at the end of this, it's all worn down. I keep the blade adapter, it's in good shape. None of this stuff is all mangled. These two things usually get torn off if you hit something, so I'll keep that. That'll be good for parts. And then I think these are probably 1/2 inch. Yep. I'm just holding the top side because otherwise it'll just fall right off. There we go. Normally we'd have to take off the brake cable as well on this one, but there isn't one, so there we go. That's as easy it is to take off an engine. Get this guy. I take this blade off. And this blade's in actually really decent shape. I'll sharpen it up, of course. Now, I potentially do see an issue. When you're swapping engines, you have to make sure the length of the crankshaft is about the same, unless you have a deck that can accommodate something with a longer crankshaft. So this one does look like it's a little longer than the old one. We're going to see how far down it does go. Before we get too far into this. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately I don't think this one's gonna work. The crankshaft is just a little bit too long. Let me see if I can get you in there. So I'll try to put you level here with the height of the deck. I'm trying to see, there's the other side of the deck right there, and you can just start making out, you can see there's the blade adapter, and it actually sits down a little bit below the height of the deck, so then you got to add a blade onto that, so that makes the blade actually sitting below the height of the deck. So I don't think that is very safe, and I wouldn't ever sell a mower like that. So unfortunately this engine swap is not going to work out, which is too bad. I'm going to check my engine hoard, because I do have some engines as well, some other spare engines, see if I have any with a short shaft on it. Okay guys, just a quick update here where I'm at. I found this MTD, well, it's a Tecumseh engine in my parts shed, and I bolted it on. It's got the small shaft at the bottom there, so as you can see, it actually doesn't come, the blade doesn't come below the height of the deck, which is much more safe. Nice short crankshaft, but here's the tag on it. It's got no oil right now. I took it out. Runs, needs a carb clean, and check for a possible oil leak. So and that is probably predicated on just the amount of crap on here. But again guys, $60 lawnmower, even if it leaks just a little bit of oil, 50-60 bucks. This is quite a bit of work just for a $50 mower, $60 mower, but you know what, I'm keeping something out of the landfill and I'm keeping myself busy at the same time too. Alright, so what we're going to do, I've got it all bolted on now. I am going to put some oil in it and just see what the state of the carb is. I presume I'm just going to have to clean that out as per the tag. I'll just do a quick and dirty cleanup on that, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I got some oil in this thing. I put a zip tie there just to release the brake so I can get this thing, try and get this thing started. So what I'm going to do is just spray some quick start directly into the carburetor and pull the cord, see what we get. Okay, starts and dies. There is no fuel in the tank, so what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to take the bowl nut off of here and the idle jet out of here and just kind of clean those up and see, put some fuel in it and see if it'll actually run. Alright, so for the bowl nut under here, it's just a 1/2 inch. So here's the bowl nut. This also serves as the main jet where that sucks fuel up. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. It does have a hole there, so you can see a little bit of light through it, but it's definitely clogged up some. Alright, there's another little hole right there. So I'm gonna unplug those holes, and out of curiosity I'm gonna just drop this bowl and nothing in there. There's a little bit of water. Just drain that little bit of water out. Okay. And then the other thing is I'm going to take this idle jet out here. Now there's sometimes a little cap that you got to pry off. So there's a little cap here. You just take a pick and pull that cap off. And then there's use a little flathead screwdriver and take this little idle jet out. These are your two main culprits for any carb issues. Okay, and there's some holes in this guy right here, and then there's another small hole right in the tip. So I'm just going to use some like bread ties or a little piece of wire from a wire brush, kind of make sure that all of these are all cleaned out. Do that and I'll come back, put it back together and see, put some fuel in it, see if we can get it to run. Okay, so I just kind of cleaned up the bowl nut, the idle jet there, threw in some fresh gas, and we're going to see if this thing will fire up. First thing I want to do is see if this primer system is working. Okay, so the primer is working. Let's see what we get. Alright, so that's good. I know she'll be a runner here for sure. That's good. Last thing I do is dress this handle. I got the other half of the handle over here. I'll put that on. Then I gotta find a bar that goes with it, and then a brake cable as well, which I got a bunch of those out of the shed. So I'll figure that out here. Alright, so here's the final product here. $50, $60 mower project. Got the carb cleaned up. I got a new handle put on here. I got a new used cable that runs down. Alright, got some oil in it, and let's see how she goes. Alright, so another one saved out of the landfill. So anyways, hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe button down below. Helps me out on the channel. Until our next project, guys, take care.